Greetings, everyone. Well, I can't believe I haven't actually done a video about this set yet. I honestly don't know why. It's long overdue. So let's get to it. We have the 15-disc complete Halloween set from Shout Factory. Yeah, well, I guess not complete anymore because they just put out the new movie, didn't they? Well, it was complete at the time. This is a fantastic set. There is so much content in here and so much stuff to go through. I think we should just not waste any time and get right to it. So, Halloween, the complete collection 15-disc deluxe edition from Shout Factory. Long out of print now. Good luck finding it for a good price, but what the heck, we'll talk about it anyway. Today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. All right, let's head right down to the black box and check this bad boy out. We got a lot to cover. Okay, here we go. Taking care not to dump them all over the floor. So here we go. This is the Halloween Deluxe Edition 15-disc set from Shout Factory that they released a few years ago. This is an absolutely beautiful set. Fantastic. There we go. Love the all the case art, and it's a little dusty on the top there. And then here, get artwork on the top. Here, get the logo on the top, and then just some. It's upside down. Hold on, and some basic info on the bottom there. Just all the copyright info. Okay, so one disc at a time. So first up, we have this lovely book. I'm just going to set this down for a moment here. So you have this lovely book that basically gives you all kinds of information about what's on all of the discs and all kinds of stuff about the movies themselves as well. It's quite nice. Gives you a full breakdown of them there, sort of an encapsulated history of the franchise. Very nice. So I guess it's been a couple of years since I last watched these. So might have to watch them again. It's actually the 40th anniversary this year of the original Halloween. And of course the new movie just came out, which I understand is getting quite good reviews. And yeah, I definitely look forward to seeing the new one. It's probably not going to see it until it's on Blu-ray, to be honest. But yeah, so basically it's just a big essay about it, and then it gives you info about what's on the bonus disc. So let's start with the first one here. So we have Halloween, the Night He Came Home. Very nice. As you can see, everyone is loaded with special features. Now, I should mention, a lot of the discs in these sets are just re-releases of previously released releases. So here, for example, disc 1 is the 35th anniversary edition, which came out a few years ago. You may recall the digibook. And then disc 2 is the previous release, which the transfer is not as good. It's kind of DNR'd, but it did have some additional extras that the 35th anniversary edition did not. So you can see all of that on the back there. Boom! Now you can see it all on the back there. I figured since we're going to be taking some time looking at the individual discs, we'll make sure you can actually read everything. So if you want to see what extras are on there, you can just pause it and read. I'm not going to read all of these off to you because there's way too freaking many. Okay, and then carrying on with Halloween 2. This has my favorite version of the Halloween theme, by the way, the one that this opens with. I also think it's a really awesome title sequence for this. I always enjoyed this as a sequel. I mean, it doesn't quite have the same sort of low-budget charm as the original, but it's still quite a satisfying sequel, I think, and it's a lot of fun. Now, this is pretty cool. This is something I don't think you get in the other version of the set. So we have this, which is just the regular, same as the Scream Factory release of Halloween 2, the individual Scream Factory release. And then here, we've actually got the television version, which is the absolute hack job television-safe edit of Halloween 2. Wow, if you're as familiar with the theatrical version as I am, you go and watch this and you just you can't help but laugh at how clumsily they censored and re-edited and reworked everything for it. So yeah, so here you go. You want to take a look at the extras there. Okay, and then here we have Halloween 3, which at the time was kind of, given short shrift because, wait a minute, it doesn't have Michael Myers in it, and it's nothing to do with the others. But it has since gained, I think, a lot more respect as, a good Halloween-themed horror movie. And as I mentioned back in my original set of reviews of the first 5, one of the original ideas for Halloween was that it wasn't just going to be the story of Michael Myers. It was going to be an anthology series. So each year they were going to do another movie, or every couple of years or whatever. The only connection would be it would be a Halloween-themed horror movie. So this was, they did the sequel to the first one at the behest of the studio. And then they were going to carry on with their anthology idea. So they did that, and everybody hated it. It's like, get back to Michael Myers. So they went back to Michael Myers with the 4th one. And, well, if that was a good idea or not, I'll leave that up to you to decide. But personally, I really would have liked to see what they did with the anthology idea, personally. Because I actually really like the 3rd one a lot. And I find the sequel's a bit of a mixed bag, I really like Danielle Harris in these and her character Jamie, as I've mentioned before. But I feel like as the series progresses, it just kind of gets more and more convoluted and kind of runs out of steam after a while. And here we have Halloween 5. Very nice. I mean, I do like the fact that they turned it into a proper continuing story, because I do enjoy a good horror saga. But, I don't know, I felt that it kind of got more silly as it went on. And then here we have Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Now, this is quite a nice addition because it has both cuts of the movie, the original theatrical version and the unrated extended producer's cut. I actually haven't watched the theatrical version for a while. When I watched all of these a couple years ago, I went straight into the producer's cut because I'd never seen it before. And then I kind of took a skim through the theatrical cut again and noticed there's quite a lot of differences, actually. And yeah, we'll talk more about that another time. But and then here, I think they basically decided that, wow, things have gotten really messed up. Let's just hit the reset button. And they did Halloween H2O for the 20th anniversary, which basically ignores the events of 4 through 6 and just kind of continues on 20 years after, or close to 20 years after the second one, I guess. And just kind of takes it from there. I mean, it's great to see Jamie Lee Curtis come back. I think Jamie Lee Curtis has always been, I think, very appreciative of the Halloween movies and what they did for her career. I think it's great that she's come back to it so many times over the years. And, of course, most recently in the new one, which is great stuff. And then we have Halloween Resurrection. Yes, Halloween meets reality television. Okay. When I got this set, I had only ever seen up to Halloween 6, specifically the theatrical version, and so all the sequels were new to me. Like, all the sequels beyond that were new to me. So Halloween 7 I'd never seen, 8 I'd never seen, and I had never seen the Rob Zombie ones either. So I'd been wanting to check them out for a while because I understood that the fan base was kind of divided on them. Some of them really liked them, some of them didn't. I understood it kind of took things in some different directions, especially in the second one. And I was kind of curious to see how that would all play out. So there we go. Again, we get a couple discs worth of content there. Quite a lot of extras on here. Yeah, so we have actually, yeah, disc 2 is a 4.5-hour long documentary about the making of it. I have not watched that yet. I will have to do that at some point. I must confess, I have not gone through all of the extras on this set. It's just so exhaustive. Maybe after Halloween this year, I might start diving through the extras. There's quite a lot of stuff here. So if we take a look, this one, yeah, so we have the unrated edition of Halloween 2, and then we have the bonus disc. I'm just going to quickly go over, because I don't think it really tells you. Yeah, it doesn't actually tell you on the case here what's on the bonus disc, so I'll just quickly give you the breakdown. So the bonus disc gives you, where is it? It's in the booklet. Let's see, we have John Carpenter's Halloween, the extended version, in high definition. TV inserts are in standard definition. Yeah, so basically it's the TV cut. As you may know, they added a bunch of scenes for the TV cut. But usually it would air censored. Like the one thing I most remember is the opening scene where he goes and kills his sister. In the theatrical version, you can see her, her boobies. And then in the TV version, they had the mask, the eye holes of the mask, repositioned and narrowed slightly so that you could not see her boobies. It also made it a bit less violent, I think, because you didn't see the knife flashing by so much. But yeah, so anyway, the interesting thing about the version of the TV cut that they have on this is it is actually the uncensored theatrical version, but with the additional scenes shot for the TV version inserted back in continuity order. So you actually get, stuff where there was sort of some years in between stuff of when Michael was in the institution and Loomis was saying we got to keep him here and stuff like that. So there's just some nice little additional character bits in there that it's great to have kind of a definitive cut of that at last. So it says, yeah, the TV inserts are in standard def, so I guess they just don't have high def elements for those, unfortunately. I've got a featurette, Halloween Unmasked 2000. A new making of Halloween 4 featurette, featuring actors Daniel Harris, Ellie Cornell, Kathleen Kinmont, Bo Starr, Raymond O'Connor, Eric Preston, and Sasha Jensen, stuntman Tom Morga, who played Michael Myers, and George P. Wilbur, who also played Michael Myers, composer Alan Howarth, writer Alan B. McElroy, producers Malik Akkad and Paul Freeman, and special effects artists John Carl Buechler and Ken Horn. And there's also a new making of Halloween 5 featurette, featuring interviews with Daniel Harris, Ellie Cornell, Wendy Kaplan, Jeffrey Landman, Tamara Glynn, Matthew Walker, Jonathan Chapin, Frankie Como, Don Shanks, who played Michael Myers in that one, producer Malik Akkad, line producer Rick Nathanson, and composer Alan Howarth. And there's a new interview with makeup effects artist Tom Berman on Halloween 3 Season of the Witch. Some new episodes of Horror's Hallowed Grounds. I've actually watched a bunch of those where they actually go back to the filming locations of different movies. So they go back to the filming locations of Halloween 4, Halloween 5, and Halloween 6, The Curse of Michael Myers. Plus a new longer cut of the episode for John Carpenter's Halloween, which was originally featured on Halloween 25 Years of Terror. And then we have Horror's Hallowed Grounds Fan Edition, a special episode shot with and for the fans as they board a bus tour during the 35 Years of Terror convention and visit the locations of John Carpenter's Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 3, and the first Rob Zombie Halloween, hosted by Horror's Hallowed Grounds Sean Clark, with special guests Dick Warlock, Charles Cyphers, Brian Andrews, Tommy Lee Wallace, and Eric Preston. They got Halloween 3 Season of the Witch radio spots and photo galleries for Halloween, Halloween 4, and Halloween 5. That's a lot of stuff. So, let's put it all back in the box, shall we? There we go. So, Halloween 2, the new one. Halloween 1, the new one. Halloween Resurrection. Halloween H2O. Just make sure we get it sort of there. Halloween 6. Halloween 5. Halloween 4. 3. 2. I'm just going to put the booklet in first, just so the pages don't get crunched. And Halloween 1. But wait! There's more! Okay, so since it's the 40th anniversary this year, and we're finally taking a long overdue, in-depth look at the Halloween set, I thought we might as well take a look at my individual releases as well. So I do have this one here, which is the aforementioned 35th anniversary Digibook edition. It's very nice, and you can see it has all the same extras that are on the first disc of the box set, because it's the exact same disc. So inside, this is kind of annoying. It's in a... I've never seen a Digibook like this before, but it's in a sleeve. So it comes out of a sleeve. It's kind of weird that they did it that way. But so I'm glad to have the same disc duplicated in the other set, so it makes it easier to get to. But here, you know, it's very nice. And this is, you know, the main reason to keep it is because it's got all this beautiful artwork in it, and more stuff about the making of it. Well, and actually stuff specifically about the first movie, which is great. Look at John Carpenter with his hippie hair and looking young and good looking and ready to take over the horror world. There we go. Very nice. Some great pictures in there. So that's the 35th anniversary edition of the first one. And then we have the 30th anniversary edition of the second one. So I've talked about this a little bit before. The cool thing about this edition is, as a bonus, it actually has... Oh, it has Chucky. Very nice. So as a bonus, on the same disc, it actually has the complete film of Terror in the Isles. And apparently Universal has said that Terror in the Isles will never be released separately. So if you want it, you need to get this Halloween 2 set. It's kind of a strange thing to include as an extra, because Terror in the Isles is basically a retrospective, like a feature-length retrospective of horror, specifically, I guess, Universal horror. And so it shows trailers and clips and all kinds of stuff, and has like a lot of notable stars from classic horror movies coming back to just kind of give their thoughts on stuff. And it's really cool. It's a really cool kind of snapshot of horror history at that time. It came out in the early 80s, I think. But this is the only way to get it, is on this edition of Halloween 2. So there you go. There was also an anniversary edition of Halloween 3 put out with a similar kind of cover design. But that was bare bones. It had no extras at all on it. So you can get it if you want to, but you're not getting anything that you wouldn't already have if you have any of the Scream Factory releases. So speaking of Scream Factory releases, we got the original Scream Factory release of Halloween 2. So this is the original edition, which is very nice, with the new artwork on the slipcover, and then, of course, reversible cover, which I put the the original theatrical side out for the for the keep case. And then here, once again, much like the box set, you get the original theatrical version and the television version. So if you really want to experience the television version in all its glorious hacky-uppiness, you've got it here as well. So you don't have to worry about if you missed the 15-disc set. You can still get it in this version here. So I don't know if it's included in the 10-disc version. The 10-disc version may or may not have it. I don't think it does, actually. But it is included in this. So there you go. And then we also have the original Scream Factory release of Halloween 3 with the Silver Shamrock sticker on it. Usually I take stickers off the slipcovers, but sometimes I'll keep them on if it's something special. So in this case, I kept it because it's the special Silver Shamrock and 30th anniversary edition. Gotta love that. Happy, happy Halloween. Okay, I won't do that. And there we go. All the same extras that are on the box set version. The box set is basically just a repackage of these exact same discs. Nothing new, nothing different. And in this case, it's just a single disc release. So, but yeah, some fun extras on there. Tom Atkins often gets asked about that one. That and Night of the Creeps, I think, are the two that genre fans most remember him from. I also remember him as the dad who hated comic books in Creep Show. Reading that comic book crap! And here we got Halloween 4, the original release. Single disc release. Some additional special features there that I'm pretty sure all of these special features are also on the box set. So really it's just to kind of have... this was sent to me by a viewer, by the way. I think it was This Hidden World sent me most of these. And just to kind of have, for completion's sake, just to have the original cycle of 5. I guess to be truly complete, I would need the 6th one as well, but whatever. I mean, I'm fine. I've got the definitive edition of the 6th one, so we're all good there. And my memory eludes me as to whether it was Halloween 4 or 5 that had a big chunk of it with audio sync issues. Whichever one it was, these are the ones with the audio sync issue. This Hidden World also sent me the corrected disc, by the way. So the corrected disc is now in my set. And then finally, last but most certainly not least, we have the 25th anniversary documentary, Halloween 25 Years of Terror, which basically covers everything, I think, up to Halloween Resurrection, because, of course, the remakes had not come out yet. So, very good stuff. So, 4 hours of features. The actual documentary, I think, is only about 90 minutes. Yeah, it's 84 minutes. But then there's all kinds of extras on here. So, I got really lucky when I bought this. I got it about the same time as I got the set. But I got really lucky because it was listed as like new. But when I got it, it was actually factory sealed. Like, it was brand new. And which is a pretty big deal for this set, because you have the documentary on one disc, and then all the 4+ hours of bonus material on the second disc. And in addition to that, you have so you got a nice little insert here, just some stuff about the documentary, and so you've got the 2-disc set sticker, which I just threw in there. And then here we've actually got a comic book. Look at that. So it's actually a comic book of Halloween. And I think it was about a writer who was trying to sort of understand Michael Myers a little better and stuff like that. And didn't realize that Michael Myers was actually coming after him as well as he was investigating. But quite a fun little story. Just a single issue. It's like a little one-shot. But it's a great shot there of Michael. And yeah, it's good stuff. Pretty gory, as you would expect. To be continued in Sam. Oh, okay, so yeah, they were actually going to do more comics. I don't have any of those, but pretty cool stuff. I should see if there's like a trade paperback or something. But yeah, it was pretty neat because already when I got this, I mean, it had been, I mean, it was like 10 years out of print. So I was kind of lucky not only to find it for a decent price, but actually brand new factory sealed, which was pretty cool. So, here we go. So we have, so much Halloween. There we go. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Just a little bit of light there. Fantastic. The Halloween Saga. I would say, and that's upside down, so we're going to put it like that. There we go. The Halloween Saga, which I would say is probably my second favorite sort of 80s horror franchise, I got to put Nightmare on Elm Street first, man. Nightmare on Elm Street was the one that I grew up with and the one that I hold a special place in my heart for. But Halloween is a very close second because I first experienced the Halloween movies when I was living in Selkirk in 1989, 1990. And I picked up the first 3 of them on VHS, and my friends and I there watched them over and over and over again and just fell in love with them. And that was my introduction to the franchise, and why it's special to me, because it's kind of a little snapshot and sort of brings back all those happy memories of my first apartment and all those great fun weekends with my friends then. So, yeah, so Halloween will always hold a special place in my heart, not just because I love the season, but also because I love the movies, and the first 3 in particular just bring up lots of happy memories. And there you go. So, yeah, easily the most deluxe presentation we've ever had of this franchise. It is just fantastic, absolutely beautiful, and I love it. And some of you are probably wondering, hey, Sean, you ever going to review the other 5 movies? Maybe. Tune in on the 31st and find out. That's all I'm going to say. Alrighty, that is it from me to you for now. So until next time, thanks very much for watching. Big thanks to my Patreon sponsors. And sayonara.